Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I turned around and said that we would do something with this piece that we cut out of the centre of the card. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. And we're still using, so we cut this out using the contour dies, colour and contour, and I have just taken, so I've measured the inside of it, which is just under 4 by 3, and I've got a little piece to just go in on there. I've got a base layer and I've got my card base as well. So we're going to have all of those 3 layers, and we're going to just do a bit of stamping on the back of it. We're using the same stamp set that we've used right the way through, because I wanted to show you that one stamp set for Easter is all you really need. Daffodil Daydream is the one we're using because daffodils I always associate with Easter. And I've had mine for quite a while. I've done a lot with it a year ago, so I thought I'd bring it out again because we have a new annual catalogue coming out. I don't know whether it's going to be in it or not, so I thought I'd make the most of using it, remind everybody of it if they haven't got it, to get it now rather than wait, because, you know, once the new catalogue comes out, if it's not in there, and they will be doing the retiring list, you'll then end up missing out on it. So that's the one we're using, and we are going to be using this this floral stamp here. So the daffodil with the 3 that we've used before for colouring in, I've actually got it out. I just need to put it onto a block, which I'm going to do like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. So this is my card base, and you can do this with anything. And I'm going to take out this part. So I'm going to make sure that I have it lined up where I want it first of all. So that goes there, that goes there. This piece is going to go in on here. So what I need to do is to take that out, but to make sure that this is going to come in on here. Like that. And we're going to do a 3-step stamping. Now I've got 2 colours here. I've got So Saffron, which I think I'll use, but I've also got Sahara Sand. So I just want to try and see, first of all, how dark this is going to be. So I am going to just sort of stamp it. Let's just move this out of the way a little bit so I can see. I can always turn it over afterwards, now that I've got them where I want them. That might be just a little bit too dark. We'll see. Let's just wait. I might end up doing it with the, and I could stamp off, but I think it's going to look better in, because I'm doing a background, and again it'll give you an idea, 3-step stamping in a background that you can do, which will give you just a little bit of colour in there. Oh, the dog's just seen a bird or something in the garden. Hold on, I'm going to let her out in a minute. Yes, I'm going to use the Sahara Sand because I think that that will work better. I'm just going to turn this over, and I'm going to put that on here like that. So we're then ready to use it. And I just need to ink this up like that, and then we are going to stamp it. I'm going to stand up a bit because I want to try and make sure that I just want the floral part. So I'm just going to do that on here, and I don't want too much in the middle because I'm going to be using a flower in there anyway, so I'm just going to do that. Now you might find that it won't always come out on the, oh yeah, it's not too bad, on the edges, because unless you press, rubber stamping is better because it molds sort of in it. And I'm going to put another one in on here, and again I don't want it to be too high. So let's just put this one in, just coming down the bottom like that. That looks nice. And then I want to do another 2 up at the top, so just ink that up. I don't want the stems in on there, so I'm just going to do one just off that way, and that can come in. You're just going to have to wait, little girl. So my dog's looking at me going like, I want to go in the garden. I'm like, well, you can, but not just yet. That's going to go up there, and then we're going to have the 3rd one in on this corner. I'm going to turn it so I have it exactly where I sort of want it, because I don't want, and I'm going to have to put some card over on there because I don't want it to come over onto that side, and I'm just going to put it up in here like that. Give it a good old press in across there. Oops, take that up, throwing it everywhere. That can come off on there, and that's given us the pieces that we want. So bear with me 2 seconds because I'm just going to let my little girl out in the garden, and I will be back in 2 seconds. There we go. Right. Okay, so that's given us the pieces that we want on here. Then I need to just turn and take the card as it is on here. So we've got this one that comes in like that, and you can see how you can move it so that it goes exactly where it should do, because that one we know is literally going to, it's got no border on it at all, so that's literally just going to go straight in on there. So we just need to line it up perfectly. Then we're going to take this one in on here, and then we're going to take this one in on the top of there, but you can see how it joins up and it gives that extra little layer on there, which is what I wanted. I probably should put a little tiny mount in on there, but I don't think so. I think if I put it up with dimensions, it'll work okay. I've got one of the images of the flowers to go in on the center, which I think will work. And I can put a sentiment on if I want to. I'm worried about that little bit on there. I think I'd need to have something that's going to just go in on there just by a tiny bit. So let me have a look and see what I've got. I don't know whether I've got any more of, have I got some more of that colour? Yes, I probably have. So I'm going to do just a little mount on here because it does need it. It won't look right without it. So let me just get my trimmer and see what size I trimmed that at. 3.5 by 5 1/4. Okay, so that's going to be 3 and I can do it this way, can't I? 5.5. 5.5. By 3 3/4. There we go. So that can go in there. Put my trimmer down on the floor because I don't think I need to use that anymore. Okay, so let's have a look at that. I think that will work better. So I'm probably not going to stick this on for you now because I will want to cut something out of this piece. But you can see where it now comes into the edges. We've then got this one which comes in on here. So that takes that flower and you just need to line it up on here. We've then got this that then comes in on here, and then we've got this piece that is going to come in on the center like that, and then they all I've got that the wrong way around, haven't I? That way. Is it that way? Isn't that funny when you do? Right, I need to take it out. This again is like old age, isn't it? Working out where it all goes. I think that's the wrong way around on that one. That's why. That's better. That's that way. And then that's that way. Right. That can go in like that. That's going to go in like that. That's going to go in like that. And then that one's going to come in like that. Okay, so that gives you your 3-step stamping with the nice background on it, right the way into the back of your card. Then we can put this one in on top so that that gives us our bit of colour. Put a sentimental on the bottom, add some things up. Let me take that off of the bit of scrabbly white so you can actually see it on there. But you then have the nice background and you've got this on there. I am going to finish it off, but I'm not going to do that now because I need to cut a piece out of there and I'm not going to waste that. So a quick recap of the 3 cards we did this week, using this one stamp set, but using all sorts of little bits of, this was using up our scraps. So if you look back to the beginning of the week, you'll see that one. We then had this one where we were doing the, the background. So we did this one where we covered all the lovely background, and then we've done this one today where we've done a triple stamping on it, and again we've just used the daffodil in the center. We've done the Easter blessings because it's an Easter card, different ways of doing it. This one I've no idea how I'm going to finish it, but I shall put Easter blessings somewhere on it. But 3 cards, 3 different ways, gives you some ideas using one stamp set for Easter coming up this year. That's the only stamp set you need. You can have the dies if you want. If you don't, you can fussy cut it out. Put a little, another little, what do we call them? Butterfly in on there. I think I've probably got a few cut out anyway. So, you know, add another little butterfly in on here, up on there, wherever you happen to want it. And you've got some very pretty cards that will be, anybody would love to receive for Easter. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye.